Hi, I'm Jodi Boam. I'm HD's newest athlete, and today I am training back and fitness conditioning. Pre-workout, I'm going to take a scoop of the Pre-HD Ultra. And then today for my intra, I am going to do a scoop of the Intra HD and half scoop of the Carb HD. I always take a pre-workout, always. Or if I don't, I'll take just some L-tyrosine and that's about it, if I don't. But isn't there a full scoop of, or full serving of L-tyrosine in this one? Way to go. So if I don't have this, I take just the L-tyrosine, but that's my main ingredient for myself. Pump, warm up. 6 exercises to do. Well, 6, 8, 12, technically like 20 exercises, but I combine them all.
Do you do your own programming?
I do all my own programming, yeah, definitely, especially with fitness. I've almost never followed someone else's programming. I kind of have, but I kind of just learned through, even because of injuries, the way I have to like hold bars or hand position, things like that. Just with fitness, I guess, it's just a whole other ball game. So the way I have to train my body for stability, mobility, all that stuff is a little bit different than bodybuilding, although it is a mix. So I've coached, well, with this guy here.
Yeah.
We do it together as a team. So technically I'd call him my coach, but yes, I kind of program my own. He approves, watches my body, the yeses and nos. Oh yeah, we do it together. Welcome to my studio. Okay. Yeah, I'll almost always start with 5-10 minutes, like slightly interval training, because I find the hotter I am and the more like out of breath I am, so to say, it gives me more energy and gives me like motivation to keep training. Whereas like I can never walk in and just start a set. It's like I need to feel like I'm already working before I start my work. So that's the goal here. I'll do mobility first, then get into the weights. If I'm training upper body at all, I'll always warm up with stretching my rotators and mobility of the whole upper body. I do my external rotations against the wall. So I have my elbows locked in place and kind of aim for the dumbbells towards the wall. I like to roll back, get in tight position, and control. Now we're ready to work.
Have you ever had any bad injuries?
I've had a million injuries. My shoulders are almost always pinched. It's like one day they feel great and the next day there's just something off about it. I don't know what to do about that. See physio. I've torn my knee, torn my ankle. Honestly, from head to toe right now I have like toe issues, which sounds silly, but like beyond painful. Even walking lunges hurt. I could go back. It's like I started so young. I started competing when I was 18. So I was unbreakable then, right? And even if I got hurt, I was recovered so quickly. So I took advantage of that and I would always just go and do too much. I overtrained constantly. I did not take rest days. But nowadays it's like I take a lot of time for mobility and stretching and rehab, a lot of it. So I wish I went back and did that and knew now, for sure. Die after set 1. All right, perfect. Back day, I almost always start with pull-ups, some form of pull-ups. This is just one form. And I'm doing it as like a rest pause so that there's like no momentum in my movement. I can get a couple extra reps, slight rest, hard pull, and superset with abs. I almost like, you'll notice, like I might have already said, but right now I'm not training for growth anymore. In fitness, I think I have enough size. It's just keeping the conditioning and keep building the maturity of the muscle, but I no longer want size, so I do a lot of superset circuits, things like that. So still building, but more about the conditioning and the athletic movements for me now. Whew. Okay, so next I'm moving on to lat pull downs, superset with reverse grip pullovers, and some skills on the P-bars for my fitness routine. I normally always train bare feet.
Why's that?
Partly, especially again with fitness, is I like to actually feel the floor, feel the movement I'm doing completely. And because I do have other injuries, I'm actually told I'm supposed to feel all my movements, whereas shoes actually restrict the way you feel your body's mobility, I guess, however you might want to say it. But I started gymnastics when I was 8, and I went competitive almost right away. I was on Team Canada, toured for Team Canada Gymnastics. My best event was always beam, just because I was fearless. For whatever reason, whatever I did on floor, I would do it on the beam. My worst was probably bars or vault. Vault, I just was so little that I couldn't get the power I needed. It was tiny. Why I'm doing reverse grip on these and controlling this movement is a lot of our fitness strength skills are actually held in this position. Say a strength skill is actually almost from here, holding your feet up, that kind of thing, for example. So just strengthening that motion. Not exactly for my back, it is for my back, but I'm strengthening a movement for a certain skill. Next up, I'm gonna do single arm dumbbell rows with single arm rear flies in a push-up position to activate proper core, and single arm push-ups. I'm gonna do one full set, just my left arm, rest, one full set, just my right arm, rest, do 2 or 3 sets of each side, like that. Anyone who might want to try it, don't start with the rear fly because that's actually extreme, certain like push-up position and literally just the row, and not allowing your body to move. So even the arm that's down here is activated, chest is activated. I don't know if you can even see it, but see the difference? I'm activating my chest, rowing, I'm not like relaxed, it's activate and row. I don't realize how tired I am until I stop. All right, so I'm gonna go into some like zombie presses and negatives into straddle holds. Some seated rows, 1.5s. So I'm gonna like hold and pulse. So again, working on more of like the actual endurance of the muscle, holding the strength, and just some handstand holds and taps against the wall. Let's start. Oh, I am getting tired. So, moving on to my last thing. I'll either finish with like cardio or HIIT or something like that, but today being more of a fitness style day, I'm gonna do, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do what we call fitness fun burpees. So fitness fun burpees and ball slams, fun.
Is this your off season right now?
Kinda. What would we say we am right now? We am.
It was prep and then everything got canceled, so we shifted into maintenance mode more or less. In case there's shows, she could jump in within 6 to 8 weeks, you know, if needed. So
I'd say I'm technically, let's say 10 weeks out. I've been dieting for 16 weeks and then decided to pull back a little bit and just coast into whatever show when I get 100%. So I'm trying to diet down to sit at the 6 to 8 week mark so that I can just be ready. So yeah, technically maintenance, but I'm looking at myself as 10 weeks out from wherever I am. So I gotta hype myself up for these type of sets because I just die. Does it? But it hurts my heart. Okay, so just finishing up my workout with some stretching and more mobility stuff. Just stay limber. So for those who maybe don't know, I was a gymnast since I was 8, and that's basically how I got into this sport. I had to retire from gymnastics when I was 17, just based on, at that time, unfortunately, 17 was old, and just like little injuries and things, so I just got kind of pushed out of it, and I started weightlifting and just to stay in shape. And at that time, that's kind of when my best friend Rachel Davis and Dorian Hamilton actually introduced me to the sport. They introduced me actually to Mindy O'Brien, and we just started working together, and I found fitness and fell in love. So yeah, that started when I was 18, basically the year after I quit gymnastics. I turned pro when I was 21. I've currently done 4 Olympias. I've won 5 pro shows. So back in 2012, I actually had a really severe knee injury. I tore the whole thing, like the whole thing kind of just snapped. Long story short, 3 years later, I had to enter into physique, and that's when I started to actually like really build my physique up. I actually did the physique Olympia as well. And then finally, when my body started to recover again, I got back into fitness in 2017, I guess that was. 2017, I got back into fitness, and I guess the rest is history. Here I am. I said that was probably the toughest part. Through injuries, a lot of people have been injured in fitness. It's really hard to stay mentally focused when you're injured. And I obviously had my downsides and a little bouts of depression here and there when I was facing it. But for the most part, it's just when you have a passion and a goal to get somewhere, it's like, yeah, you've had a setback, but through my injuries, I've almost also got excited because now I have something more to look forward to. I actually have more to improve on. Like with my knee, although I got set back so much, my quad actually was the same size as my bicep. It atrophied that much. And it made me super excited that like when I started leg pressing again, I was excited. Even though, yes, I had this major setback, it was the smallest little things. Like I could do a handstand again, I could do a cartwheel again, although it seems silly. I was so excited. So me getting back to even where I was before the injury was a huge feat for me. So it's a mental state you have to be in if you really love it. It's getting back to even where you were is progress, and people forget that, I think. So they just see themselves as, even when they get back to where they were, they're still backwards, but you're not. You've progressed so much, and you just got to remember that. So now that I'm actually getting ahead of where I was before is just actually something to be very proud of. And I think personally, I wouldn't even be this good if I wasn't injured, truthfully. I think I'm better now because I was injured. Created different mindsets, created new goals, actually started rehab, stretching, things like that. So I think if I was constantly climbing, I'd actually end up falling without even realizing it. So the falls have actually brought me up. All right, that's it from me. Hope you liked this video. You can find me at Jodi Boam on Instagram or IFBB Fitness Pro on Facebook. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the HD channel. Bye guys.